Good afternoon from Yummy Bee TV. Wishing you all well, of course. And as promised, comes to Yummy Bee TV today, the young Honey Pyle, who has her own podcast out there on YouTube, Honey Pyle, Crime Doesn't Pay. Beginning of her journey, just starting out, and I am the first person to interview her. So, good afternoon. Honey, how are you feeling?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm in good form, as you know. Honey, so we're going to go straight into it. You are the daughter of Joe Pyle Jr.?
Yeah. And granddaughter of Joe Pyle Sr.
Right. So those that know about true crime, if you don't, you'll be able to Google who they are or who they was. Rest in peace, Granddad Joe Pyle. We had the utmost respect for him. Honey Pyle, we start from the beginning of time. Growing up in a household, legendary kind of status, probably for the wrong reasons, but this is more about you today. So, how long did you spend with your grandfather? And give us a little insight into growing up, your schooling, and how things went up until probably your teens.
I was only 3 when my granddad passed away. Growing up, I didn't really know too much about my family with the crime. It was only until I hit round about 16. I went to like a normal kind of school, and I was getting bullied a little bit.
I was going to ask you that.
Sorry.
No, don't bad. Don't carry on. Sorry.
And the teachers, they wasn't so like nice to me. Like there's some things that they say or do, and it was just like a bit. I could always tell it was a bit. I don't know. Like if I got bullied, and I said like I'm getting bullied, they kind of just didn't really care. And then it wasn't until I got older, and my best friend's mum said to me, "Do you think it's because of your family and stuff?" And that's when I kind of realised that like my family's name kind of holds some weight and stuff.
Because I was going to ask the question right before you said that, honey. Because I was going to say, did it work for you or against you, in your opinion? So, did it give you, say, as we call it, from that life, a leg up? Were people fearful of messing with you? It doesn't sound like they was, if you was getting bullied. Or were they jealous? Or in what way? Like, give us a breakdown. I don't really like hearing that. I wouldn't have thought you, but you would have got, because rumours, street talk, word gets around. You don't know what's fact or fiction sometimes, but we'll go into that.
I don't think many people, because obviously they was all my age group, kind of knew who like my family was and stuff. So that's kind of why I think they didn't really have an issue. And the school I went to, my siblings went to different schools, so they weren't in the same school as me. So I was the only one in that school. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I've got 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
So, honey, so then at that time you went to the teachers. They obviously didn't show much sympathy or empathy. How did you react to that kind of bullying? Did you get to finish school?
I did get to finish school, but I just kind of stopped going in. Like there was parts where I just wouldn't go in for like a month and stuff, or I'd go in like half day or stuff, or I just didn't want to be there.
So then, did you bring it home to Dad? And what was the advice? Because I can't imagine Joe Jr. being too happy about that kind of things happening to his daughter whilst at school. It must be a difficult thing as a father for him to take on. Did you tell him straight away? Was you worried about telling him?
I don't think I did tell him, I'll be honest, but there was a time when they was attendance and stuff. They had a go about attendance, and my dad wasn't too happy, and he went in there and kind of like said about my attendance, like I can't really remember what he said, but he did have my back with it and was kind of like, there's reasons why kind of and stuff. He did give me advice once. I think I was going to get into a fight with a girl, and I said, "Dad, look, like this girl's going to beat me up. What do I do?" Because I'm not a fighter, so I was like, "What do I do?" He said to me, he's like, "On your way to school, just pick up dog shit and just put it in your hand and just whack the girl the dog shit." I was just like, "Dad, like I can't
Great
do
advice,
that."
Joe.
And he was like, "Yeah, because she'll be too busy going like, ah."
Yeah, but you get your hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly. But then you just knock her out and then you're sweet.
Great advice, Joe. That's what I would have said, actually. Well, I wouldn't have said it in that way. I might have been a little bit more But that's a good one. That's a good one, honey.
Again,
yeah, he doesn't want. Yeah, because when you do kind of mad things, it sets everybody. Oh, she done something bad. I used to play that trick when I was younger as well. It's a fear factor, but when you do something a bit lunacy and a bit different and a bit out of the ordinary, it might push the bullies away, not to mess again. So you didn't finish school?
I did finish school, but my attendance was just really bad going to school.
Oh.
Yeah, but I did end up going in and doing my GCSEs and stuff. I was kept in like a small room to do it. Because of my anxiety, I couldn't be in like the massive big rooms.
Ooh.
And I remember I went like 20 minutes late one time. But yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, honey. How did you develop the anxiety condition, do you think? What, from a young age at that time?
I didn't really...
And it's gone into like a little bit of your adulthood now?
Yeah, I didn't really
Caused
used to
by,
be too
not from
anxious.
school?
A little bit from the bullying as well.
Oh. You wait till I get them. Oi, honey, what I was going to say then, so I heard, through doing a little bit of research, that you actually, did you go to college and study drama or performing arts?
Performing arts drama,
Was that school or college?
That was college.
Any other subjects?
No, I went there initially to study art, but it was just zombies and I'm petrified of zombies. So I was like, no, checked out the drama and then I actually enjoyed it.
Oh. And you completed that?
No.
No,
COVID,
God.
COVID hit, so I left.
Go on.
COVID ended up happening.
God, but that was
So
when I
stopped
first
going.
came out, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. And then you didn't. An
Yeah.
excuse, or was you going to finish it, or interrupt
To
it?
be honest, no, because there's certain parts where if you went in like navy blue clothes, they'd send you home because you'd wear all black, and I thought that was a bit much. And then I think I was 20 minutes late one day because my train was delayed. I've gone in and they've sent me home, and I thought just for being 20 minutes late, they said you could have sent us a message.
Yeah.
I was like, but I didn't have any data like to send you a message.
Yeah.
So I went to my next lesson anyways. They come to my next lessons and then kicked me out. But there was a girl in my class who was on like drugs and stuff, and she was acting all weird and stuff. But I thought that's alright. Me being 20 minutes late because my train delayed isn't. So.
But they allowed that kind of. So that would have then ended prematurely, around 16.
Yeah, 16, 17, yeah.
So for your age group, not interested or enticed by getting into gangs and that kind of stuff, because that would have been around that time and age group. How would you have been witnessing some of that going around you with other girls at your school?
To be honest, I kind of kept to myself because I know like what people can kind of be like in gangs and stuff. I stay away. I'm not really.
How did you learn that?
Family, I guess.
She kept you a little bit sheltered and protected. Yeah. What was I going to say? So, you never got involved in no gangs?
No.
You know that there is a huge increase on young girls or ladies carrying knives around with them. What would be your thing on lady with that rise now, with the statistics coming through, gang culture, and can I say the word properly, misogyny? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Right.
Misogynistic, I think.
Yeah, because you're better than me.
I've got mixed opinions like on the rise of females carrying knives and stuff. There's one part where I'm like, I am against knife crime. I don't like. But then if there's like an increase in like attacks on women, like say with like rape and stuff like that, and you want to carry that to protect yourself, I can understand that. But if you're carrying it because you're in a gang and stuff, you're going to go hurt another girl.
Brilliant.
I don't respect that. So.
But in the old days, they would carry cis gas or something.
Yeah.
And just spray their attacker. But there's so much of it going on. Very interesting point. I had to ask, obviously, it should have been the first question I asked you, young honey. Why have you come out to do Crime Don't Pay, Honey Pyle podcast? What made you want to do it? And considering your background, explain to us why.
It was actually my boyfriend's idea for me to do the podcast.
Who, the great Casey?
Yeah.
Good boy, isn't he?
He,
Did Dad like him?
Yeah.
You liked him?
Yeah.
All right, tell us about that in a minute. Hold on.
He was the one that told me podcasts would be good and stuff because he listens to people's channels and stuff, and said like do it because of your granddad and stuff. And I thought, yeah, do you know what, it's a good idea. And then we've given it a go and stuff, and we were sitting there trying to come up with a name. And one of my granddad's saying was crime don't pay, but the hours are good. So then
I've heard that one.
Yeah, so he mentioned crime don't pay, and I was like, that's a good one because that's my granddad saying crime don't pay, but the hours are good. So I thought it's a good way to try and get the message out there as well that crime doesn't pay. So I thought it was kind of perfect and stuff for it.
So Big Joe then was basically saying it don't pay because you have to do a bit of time.
Yeah, he said to me
living with guilt,
night,
shame, but we'll get more into that. Sorry, explain that.
So he said to me last night, he was like, he doesn't know a single criminal that hasn't gone to prison or hasn't gone to jail. Every single criminal or every single villain kind of has to do jail time. So that's the thing with crime. If you want to do it, you have to like do the time.
The time. No one was that clever. Definitely I wasn't anyway. Honey, so crime doesn't pay, right? So no one's ever come out with that one as well, apart from using it with what your granddad told you. Crime don't pay then because of jail time, because of the things that you're doing to others. Elaborate a little bit more on crime don't pay, not just because look at the other angles, like the things that you're doing wrong, the things you have to live with being a criminal, in your opinion. Guilt, shame, occupational hazard, lack of empathy, sympathy, and those things there. I'm not trying to put words into your mouth, but crime don't pay has a variety of reasons why. Any more you can tell us?
Yeah, with like crime don't pay as well, it's like, say if you're like angry and you go and you do something and you go and you hurt someone, even like out of revenge, vendetta or anything like that, you're still going to have to live with the fact that you've harmed somebody. And it's not just that person you're harming either, it's everyone around them, it's their mum, it's their dad, it's their family. It affects everyone kind of, so that's kind of the message that I'm getting out as well. Like it's
Brilliant,
not, it don't act in anger kind of thing, like just think and then...
Yeah. So, alright, because this is obviously an introduction to you as a person, and you know, like I said already, it's the start of her young journey, and she will have to learn as you know time goes along, and you know she's starting off with the right message where she's coming from. A little bit then about what you, because you don't got no memories of Grandad really, because he sadly passed when you was 3 years old.
Yeah.
But in the family household, word on the street, fact or fiction, any early stories about him? And also, I'm hearing, even though I haven't told you, I'm hearing that Dave Courtney was like an uncle to you.
Yeah.
Can you give us anything of, you know, stories about Grandad in reason, without getting anyone into trouble, of course, young honey, and Dave Courtney, from your perspective, was there any talk about crime, etc., around you? What did you see in them that maybe others from the outside didn't?
With my granddad, I don't have too many stories. I hear like what people tell me and stuff, but I don't have too many myself. I read his book once and he said this thing in it. He was like, I think he was blowing up a safe or something, and he said, if you're in bed, right, and you blow up the safe, and if you like, say, sorry, I started.
Don't worry about that. You're doing really well.
So if you're laying in bed and you hear a bang, you're not gonna go out and then think, what was that bang? You're gonna wait for the second bang. So my granddad kind of said, you've only got the first bang, and then after that, you've like fucked it, kind of.
Leg it. All the money's gone all over the place.
You've ruined it. Just leave.
Go and bed it, mate. Yeah, continue, honey. Dave Courtney. Yeah, go on.
Dave Courtney. Yeah, I've always known him as like my uncle. I've got a few men that like I know as my uncle that aren't blood, but they was around and stuff growing up. And for me, I thought it was normal. I didn't realise, like, even Dave Courtney, I didn't realise he was kind of a celebrity, because to me, I just see him as like an uncle. Like, I knew he had lots of money, but I just see him as like an uncle. And he's also my younger brother's godfather.
Yeah.
At my
I didn't know all this, you know.
At my younger brother's christening, he bought him like a present, and he bought him a knuckle duster with his name on.
He bought him a knuckle duster with his name on.
Yeah. And then,
which your oldest brother?
My younger brother.
Not the one that... Is that the one you're talking?
Yeah.
Oh, great. He was a great teacher, wasn't he? Uncle Dave. Well done, Uncle Dave. Rest in peace. Yeah, go on. Sorry, honey.
My dad was telling me the story how he was getting done for having guns inside his house, but they weren't like real guns that you can use, they were props. So he was obviously in court trying to say it's like my wife's, like she owned like a prop company, and the judge was all like, no, because it's in your house, you own it. So Courtney was like, okay, everything in my house I own then. So the judge is like, yeah. He goes, there's a hairdryer upstairs in my bathroom, do I own that?
Oh, it's funny.
And then said there's like a drawer of loads of like pink knickers and stuff, like, do I own them?
Seriously?
He was a funny
Sounds
guy.
like him.
I remember going
Did he get arrested for the guns?
I think he got away with it in the
He
end,
got
but the
away
jury
with
just
it.
laughed.
Yeah, he did well. He got away with quite a bit. Uncle Dave.
Yeah,
Sad end there. How did you feel about him passing?
It was sad, to be fair. Like, it's one of
Unexpected, honey.
the like year before, my other uncle Teddy passed.
Who passed?
My other uncle Teddy passed, so it's just a bit.
Natural causes.
No.
Because this is recent times.
I'm not too sure what he passed on.
All
I'm
right,
not
all
sure
right,
what I can say, but yeah.
So that came as a big shock to you when Uncle Dave
Yeah.
sadly passed in the way that it was. Bloody hell, honey. Where were we again? Don't lose your train of thought, Samson. So Dave, your father, Freddie Foreman, Roy Shaw, because the boxing events, it was known that they all used to gather at those boxing events. Tell us about that. And I'm hearing you're pretty nifty with your hands too. No surprises there, probably taught you.
So I know that there was like Caesar's nightclub where it was some of the boxing events that happened
Yeah.
and stuff that my dad set up, my granddad and that. Roy Shaw, I've always known he was like Pretty Boy. Obviously, I was young when he
Pretty
was
Boy
passed
Roy.
as well.
Yeah.
So I don't have too many stories like Freddie Foreman and that. They was kind of around like family parties.
They got
and
well,
stuff.
Joe Pyle and Freddie.
Yeah,
didn't they?
they're
Similar, always
close
described
friends.
as a bit similar. No, I won't push words into your mouth there. Did Roy Shaw have any, did he have any party tricks? No, don't say it. Leave it alone. Uncle Yummy, behave yourself, man. You know what she's going to say. I'm just going to let lady say that. Good and Benny. No, I know, don't laugh. No, honey did really well. So, yeah. Any more stories surrounding Uncle Dave and
Uncle Dave,
Granddad?
I went to a party and it was like a Holy Communion or something or christening. And midway through the thing, he set a toy mouse down the aisle.
He's fucking cracker. He was funny, wasn't he? The one thing they can't not say, he was a
funny.
serious entertainer.
Yeah.
People get him misconstrued. Even me, I listened to bullshit about him from prison and made judgments based on and really not knowing him, which I pure regrets over now. The longer that I've been out, young honey. Yeah, go on, finish the story.
He gave out loads of £20 notes later on as well, and I took one, not realising it was fake because he's minted, so I thought it's not going to be fake. I've gone into school to get a sandwich.
Oh my days!
It's a fake £20 note. I'm like, okay, but can I still get the sandwich?
You could have got mixed.
Yeah.
What
I should have gone to a dodgy corner shop with it, but no.
So then, Uncle Dave gave your younger brother a knuckle duster.
Yeah, engraved his name in.
Because I know he can have a right row too.
Yeah.
Any stories about him? How's he getting on? And because I'm hearing that you're quite different from everybody else without sounding like regarding getting into small little bits of delinquency.
Yeah.
But I heard he can have a row.
My little brother, yeah, he can. It was my birthday and he ended up knocking out the security. But they come over, it was mine and my twin brother's birthday, and he didn't have his ID on him, and he's like, look, I've got my twin sister here, it's our birthday, it's our 21st, and all this and that. And then they were just saying, like, no, you can't have a drink. And the guy was just being, like, really rude, like the bartender. So I kind of said to him, I was like, do you get paid extra for being like that? And then,
who was there?
It was my dad and all, like, my sisters, my brothers.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, the security come up to my dad, he took his camera off and was like, let's come outside, blah, blah. My dad's like, yeah, I'll be out there in a minute. Next second, my little brother's followed him out and knocked him out. Because he tried, but the security guard was trying to fight him. And it was a full-grown man. Bear in mind, my younger brother's 18.
Yeah,
this guy's
not even matured properly yet.
Yeah,
No.
this guy's like a 40-year-old man. He's like 6'5", a big stocky guy, and he's trying to knock out an 18-year-old boy. But he ended up getting knocked out, but...
Wow. So the game go. What did your dad say about that?
Leg
it out the door, let's get out of here.
No, he was kind of like, you did the right thing. Like the guy, like, I don't know.
You did what? Yeah, because you could be intimidating sometimes in the reaction. I bet he was trying to impress Dad a little bit there.
Yeah.
Might have been. But when because it's young Casey, because I met him outside, is that your first ever relationship, boyfriend?
No.
No? He seems quite a nice lad.
Yeah.
So what was it like? Because I often think if I wouldn't have done all those years in jail, how would I have felt as a father or even a granddad now, and boys are knocking on the door? Because in the old days it was a bit different to now, honey. How, on the first meet, how did your father take bringing Casey back there? Because he would have been, was he the only one that you've ever introduced?
I did
to Dad?
introduce one before, but I can't really remember too much. But with Casey, when I brought him round, my twin brother sat him down and was like, this isn't a threat, but it's a threat. And then basically told him, like, don't hurt her. And then
Wow.
we went to, I think it was a Holy Communion, and like for the whole time, every single person there just kept coming up to him, like, if you hurt her, I'll do this, if you hurt her, I'll do that.
Oh my days.
Non-stop. And then I took him round my dad's, because he was staying somewhere else at the time, and I took him round to my dad's for a barbecue.
Yeah.
And my uncle Christopher, I've gone, oh, this is Casey, whatever. So he's gone to shake hands with him, whatever.
Yeah.
Looked him dead in his eyes. Not even like say hello back.
I know.
You hurt her,
I can imagine.
I'll kill you.
See, it's the kind of thing that I would have said, but the only thing is, I wouldn't even have let him through the front door. But times have changed, and he probably wants you to be happy, and he knows that it will be a feature of your life. And let's just hope that it works out the way it looks like now. So, honey, you're at the start of your journey. What do you envision? Have you set goals? And Crime Don't Pay, will there be other subjects, matters that you feel like you can talk about? Will you be bringing, what kind of clientele are you thinking about bringing on the show? Mine, I mix it up a little bit with like all kinds of walks of life, not just true crime. Any things that you've got goal plan long term, or you're just living in the moment and just
I'm just
going
kind of
day by day?
Living in the moment as it is. I've got a few names that my dad can give me to come on and stuff, but I don't want to say who they are just yet.
No. Other
yeah.
subjects?
Yeah, do you know
as well?
what? I
All
was
walks of life?
Yeah, I was thinking about the name Crime Don't Pay. It's a good name. Good thing to get things across.
Yes.
But it does kind of limit me. That's the only issue, because then people that want to get on who don't have anything to do
Yeah,
with
but
crime.
But that won't. It's not gonna. I'll tell you why it won't be a feature, because I'm thinking of changing. Yeah, because I don't like my nickname Yummy no more. We've transitioned outside especially in the last few weeks, honey, which we'll go into more later on your interview. But my journey was to start with crime, because it's the journey that I've been on, and who I met, and who is this, and who I liked, and the consequences. You're starting with Crime Don't Pay, but that is the journey as well. And when you venture out into, I suppose, uncharted territory, but you strike me someone who will be able to sit down with youngsters before they've got involved in crime and things like that. So there'll be other things for you to do on Crime Don't Pay, because it still will fall under Crime Don't Pay.
Yeah.
So it is. So you've got the prevention. You come up with ideas for solutions, which will make your age group and those that are younger learn more and about the realities of watching some of people like me coming on your show and my show or whatever, and seeing, we look at it as being, trying to push out a deterrent. There's no happy ending really to being a baddie, and if you got some kind of conscience. Was there anything else, Uncle, that I had to push in as this part one? What about the tattoos? Because you know me, I just walk straight in without looking and editing and scripting.
I'm a
But
tattoo artist. You can ask
You're a
me.
tattoo artist? You didn't tell me that. Oh, mind you, I've only had one conversation with you. Tell us about that, honey.
So I really wanted to get into like art and drawing, but I thought, well, what can I do apart from being an art teacher? And it was my twin brother who went, oh, be a tattoo artist. I'm like, okay. And I did an apprenticeship for 6 months.
Yeah.
didn't work out too well. The boss was quite nice, he was a mentor, but it just didn't really work. So I went to another place for 6 months. They kind of just used me as a cleaner, just kind of took the piss out of me a little bit. Like, I was obviously unpaid because tattoo apprenticeships were unpaid. I was there 6 months. I think it was like Monday to Saturday or something, and yeah, I just kept taking the piss out. I'd clean the kitchen, do
How many hours a day?
10 till 6.
Oh, you kidding me, yeah.
And they'd keep me later.
But it grounds
well.
you late life though. But go on.
They'd keep me there till like 7, 8, and say like you can't leave yet, blah blah, because the artist haven't finished tattooing.
Oh.
So there were sometimes when I was staying there till 9 o'clock at night, and obviously I'm unpaid. I haven't really got the money to be going there and then eating, so it was a nightmare.
Wow.
Yeah, tattoo apprentices are awful some places, but I'm working at a new shop now, and it's going really good and stuff. Now I've been tattooing since February, so I'm doing tattoos.
So you're mixing up on the side with your time.
Yeah.
Gordon Bennett, all the rumours that you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth, that's not true then?
No, not at all. But yeah, I work hard, like, to get to where I need to be and stuff.
Bloody hell, man. Big man, what's it we've got to do? Because we've got, her one's going to be longer, so I'm just having a brief. This is an introduction to the podcast world and letting people know. And remember this, you lot, as well, before I do sign off. Brilliant start by you, by the way, honey. Because I was a little bit, not scared, but, you know, it's her first ever go at doing it, so I won't be putting any pressure on her by putting her on the spot about anything. But for those that say they love me, I've never asked you for anything. I've never even said like and subscribe. Think about all the great stories I've given you for nothing. But if you could follow my little angel for me, and what is there not to love about a young lady who's being brave, really, and stepping in to the unknown for the right reasons. And thank you for a brilliant interview, honey, and your first one. We'll do a part 2. I'll let you warm up for 6 months, let you learn a little bit more, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper. Is there anything you want to say to my audience before you sign off? Watch out for me. I'm going to go on, tell us.
You know what you said?
No, go, you honey.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you can. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. Oh, like and subscribe. Oh, don't worry. You're asking for things. Just because I don't ask, it don't mean I don't think I deserve it. You do, honey. But yeah, loads of love to you all. And part 1 of Honey Pyle. Crime Don't Pay Now. She's going to interview me.
Nice one.